Hello everybody, my name is Wick and welcome back to another video. So you'll notice this episode is not a Mathcraft. I've actually had this fourth episode on my computer, and every time I upload a Mathcraft episode, this thing just sits on my computer. And I've been meaning to do it, and then every time I just forget to do it. I still have my cough, so just ignore it still, which is also the reason why I haven't been on a Mathcraft long enough for me to actually have an episode, which gives me the perfect opportunity because all I have to do is record this episode, edit it. Well, I recorded it a long time ago, but I just never edited it and finished it. So that's what I'm doing here, and let's get into the video because this is actually the last episode of the series. For starters, in order to end the series, I needed to get the end portal frames, so I had to look at the recipe for the end portal frames, and, well, I need 12 of them. And then I need that as a vendor, so... But at least I know what I'm looking for, and I know what I'm trying to look for. We all know that to get to the end, you have to go to the nether, generally, get your stuff, but, I ended up getting... I ended up getting clapped real hard. And this actually caused a problem, because I decided to hide in the portal, and they went through it. So when I respawned, they went through the portal, all of them, and yeah, that caused an even bigger issue. Lucky for me, these guys won't be in the overworld for too long before they transform, and they're no longer aggressive to me. So pretty much all I have to do from this point is either trap them individually and then kill them individually, which is what I probably should do, but they have my stuff and I need to get it back. I did a terrible job at doing my plan, and I eventually got all my stuff back, which is pretty good. But I can go back to my original task, looking for end stuff. Alright, so it turns out, just as a summary, I recorded this 3 months ago, and I have no idea what I was doing. I think I was looking for a fortress, and I'm unsure, but I wanted to come out here and kill Enderman personally, and it looks like that's my plan from this point. Oh yeah, and they're pretty scary, so watch out. Alright, so now I have absolutely no idea what I was doing in the nether for an hour. I was just walking around, and that was just like an hour of my life wasted. It turns out I'm getting blaze rods from the witch farm I have, so I really have absolutely no idea what I was doing in the nether, like, at all. So it turns out I'm just killing Endermen outside, and I'm collecting the blaze rods from the witch farm, which is pretty good. That'll help me get the Eyes of Ender. The only thing that I would be missing from this point would be the endstone, which I need the sand and the glass. I forgot how to do that. Oh, I just had to smelt the sand, which I think I already did. And the other thing would be just getting the obsidian, which I can try and collect obsidian personally, or I could just trade with piglins. But we'll just kind of see what I do from here. Alright, so if it wasn't obvious enough, what I did is I just took a piglin egg and I put it in my witch farm because they drop gold. Now, if it's an actual piglin, they drop the gold, but remember how earlier, like I said, when they were killing me, that they can't stay in the overworld for too long, otherwise they'll just die. And I wasn't going to build one of these because these are water-driven. So I have to kill them basically as soon as they fall, otherwise they'll turn into zombie pigmen, and instead of dropping ingots, they'll drop nuggets. But either way, it's still a gold farm, and that's how I'm collecting my gold, and then I'll be doing the trading for the obsidian. And trade I did. This is 8 times the speed, but it's just all the trades I ended up getting. I ended up throwing like half a stack out there. It wasn't too much, but eventually you can see I am getting the obsidian, and I probably got all the ones that I needed. I ended up coming home, and I think I had those 2 at the very beginning of the video. But for the other ones, I ended up having enough obsidian to make 4, so now I have a total of 6, so we're already halfway there. I went back to that golden grind, and then I went back to the nether, did some trading. The best way to get ender pearls and obsidian, which are the 2 main ingredients in the end portal frames, which I already have all the endstone, so this is all I need left for the other 6. Best thing to do is trade, so keep on that piglin grind. Alright, I came back and I ended up making 2 more, so now we're up to 8 and we're 3/4 of the way there. After such an achievement, I am in my little, I call it a little village. Everyone's got a workstation, and I do weird things when I'm bored. Instead of going to another grind, I decided I'm going to go check out the villagers. because I saw that the villagers, for whatever reason they are doing this, I think they're trying to go to where the other villagers are, and they're basically lining up. They have a strict, like, just line straight to the village. And I think they want to go to it. So what I did is I made this hole, and they'll just walk in it. All I would have to do is put a hopper underneath, because eventually entity cramming will be a thing, but they are just willingly just walking into this hole. Isn't that just crazy to look at? They're just flowing right in. They're not even questioning it, but there's like this whole line, and I just looking at it just seemed odd. After enough of them went in the hole, I decided to see how much profit I could get simply by just doing this, and they'll just start getting a little crushed, and that's more than half a stack of emeralds. So I'll definitely take it. This is the way to go, because they willingly do it. It is an automatic farm. It's perfect. Since witches have potions of healing, it makes killing them considerably annoying. I have to kill one at a time because I don't have a strong weapon, because I'm in a flat world, and getting materials is super hard. But I ended up turning back to a witch farm because I'm using those powders, dust, and I'm putting it into a blaze powder, and just so that I can get those last eyes in. But after a considerable amount of grinding back and forth, switching it all back, I made this little or hole in the ground. Obviously, it is shaped to be the end portal gateway. You can just tell by its shape, and it's perfect for my little circle. I got a little circle and a little circle. Makes it nice. And so I just had to place them very nicely. You have to make sure that you're inside, in case you've never made an end portal before. So I have to make sure, because if I mess this up, there is no way for me to break it. But here they are. And there's only one thing left to do. If I'm gonna win this fight, I have to be more than prepared. Obviously. So I took all the water bottles I had, and I made sure that my player was absolutely hydrated. You will not believe the amount of bottles I had my character drink to make sure he was on his top game, ready. You ever, and it's very common, everybody who's ever done the dragon has done this. They go up to the portal, and then they do like this last inventory check, and like make sure everything is perfect before jumping in. It's just something that everybody does. So upon actually entering into the end, it turns out I'm not on an island. That's what all that all that was for. All that extra stone. So here I am. I'm inside, and it's so far it's casual, because everything in the series was absolutely just a data pack. But here we go. We have a top, an opening, and we're in. So the first thing I do is take out the towers like a normal person by using my elytra to fly up and start taking out those towers. Considerably dangerous. So obviously, because I'm not going to take out the one that I'm on, I went to a high tower and I started knocking out those crystals from the top. Every time he shot me, it'd be time to fly away, because I have way more rockets than I could ever need for this fight. I felt like I was going to be daring and try and shoot some of them, like, whilst flying, but I'm not, because these things, these explosion radiuses are actually really big. So I'm not really that brave, but I'm pretty sure, because I've done it before. I've gotten putting myself in creative, and I tried like sniping these things. This is like the most dangerous thing you can do, is fly and then try and shoot. Obviously, I can't really do this with the cages. I can either try and stand on top, which is also extremely dangerous, but if I'm not doing that, then I have to personally break it the same way an actual normal player would do it. I thought this was really nice, though. This is like the fastest anyone's ever taken out the crystals. This is totally 100% legit, by the way. Alright, so both those towers are taken out. I missed so much in that first one, you do not want to see it. So, going back to the dragon now, because all the crystals are now taken out. It's been like 2 minutes. It's like, I'm fast, I've never shot anything with a bow to this point, which sometimes it's really interesting how you like when you over prepare for something, then you'll start getting like advancements that you never thought you just haven't made yet. I absolutely cleared out his breath. I think it's nice that if you do it enough times that the effect goes away, because honestly that effect is really annoying and it's very inconvenient at the most convenient times. After shooting him with a bow long enough, he decided to come back and play for a little bit. I'm actually glad he tilted his head to me. I don't know why he did that, but he did. So all I had to do was just start slaving away at his head until he decides to take off. He's just chilling. I'm just chilling. He actually didn't launch me that high, and I have Elytra, so instead of having to do an MLG, I also have the potions of healing, so I am pretty sure I'll be good this fight, especially with the Elytra, because like who dies from an Elytra hitting the ground? Now I'm not too sure what makes this satisfying. I had a sword, I was slaying him out, and then on the last hit, I decided, I'm not gonna do it. I am going to bow him when he starts to fly. A lot of people have this idea. I'm just waiting for him to take off. That happened. Oops, I'm dumb. It's painful when you over-organize, because then I just look at my inventory and I don't even know where to start organizing. Basically, I just need my bow, because all I need to do is just hit him. And not only am I going to bow this Ender Dragon, I'm going to do it flying. We're going to do it together. We're going to be flying, and like I'm going to be on his tail, probably, considering that I don't really know how else to really approach this guy. I just know that this is how I want to do it. Boom, free at the end, still on his tail. This is, I wish it was more visually, attracting to look at, but it really wasn't. But yeah, I also wanted to collect the experience, and I hit the ground whilst flying with an Elytra. Ignore what I said earlier. Well, there's always that little end portal gateway that spawned. I never went in the outer end. The outer end is extremely dangerous. I am really bad at playing the outer end. If usually I have other players do the outer end for me, that's much better because I'm most likely going to lose more stuff than gain more stuff in the outer end. Because I'm just going to be honest with you guys, I'm really bad at the game when it comes to the outer end. I don't know why. Keep me in the overworld or the nether. Decent at the nether. It doesn't scare me or anything. The amount of time it takes me to pick up everything. This is the thing about over preparing for your stuff. You have so much stuff to deal with, and then just like you have to reorganize all of it. It's just annoying. The first time when I first died in here, I just didn't even bother. But you know, this is a single player world, which means I have to get that egg. Nothing is gonna stop me from getting that egg. For some reason, it is the best trophy, and I don't think you can duplicate it in any sort of way. Like if I think you need the egg to respawn the Ender Dragon, but I could be wrong, and then you could have multiple of them. Could be wrong. I actually don't know. If you know, put it in the comments below, give me an answer. But other than that, clean this up, put the torch back, just so that it looks nice. Roll the credits. We're gonna watch all the. I'm just kidding. But I completed the game. It is a super flat world, and Enderman is taking my stuff and then leaving. That's really sad. He literally just took a piece of my house and then left. How annoying. But there is just so much that has... Oh. Well, this is where I first spawned in the world, so that explains why that was there. Yeah, he took a piece of my house. How annoying. This series has definitely come... I wouldn't say a long way. It was 4 episodes. Let's be real. What I expected of this episode was a lot more. And this series was made to entertain me until the 1.17 came out, in which it did come out. And now that's out, and then there's the Amathacraft, and now I'm doing the Amathacraft. There's some other things I'm supposed to be doing, but if I ever need a fill-in episode, perfect. I got the ideas. I just have to put in the work, and I'm lazy. I'm lazy as all heck. I need to put myself on a schedule, otherwise I'd like never record. Or like obviously the past 2 weeks well, one week I got sick, and then I just had a cough. I still have the cough, and I finally have it all. But I'm getting it taken care of, and then I'm gonna go back to Mathcraft, and everything will be fine from there. But anyways, this has been fun. Thank you guys so much for watching, and without further ado,